Hello, everyone. Peter Dennis here. Today, my guest is Tracey Rutledge, and Tracey's a multifaceted healer. Um, I just have a long list of all the things that she does. She's a registered reflexologist, a Reiki master, a body and emotion code therapist, I guess you would say,
Practitioner, yep.
practitioner, a yoga instructor. And she's really a medium, but she's taking a course just to fine tune her abilities in that area. And of course, she's a channeler. So, Tracey, welcome. It's good to be with you today.
Well, it's nice to see you too. Thank you.
Tracey, after detailing some of the things you're doing today, I think it'd be interesting for the audience to understand a little about your background before you got into some of this stuff. Where you grew up, went to school, jobs you've had, things like that. So, can you take 5 minutes or so and just fill us in a bit?
I can. So I have grown up in many different places. I lived a life where I was with a parent and then all of a sudden being raised by an aunt. So a lot of back and forth, not a lot of stability. So having stability in my world for my children was extremely important for me. I raised them in the same home for 20 plus years to make sure that I kept them in a consistent environment. I worked as an operation manager when I was younger. I have been a healthcare aide doing personal palliative care for it was about 8 years at a nursing home here in town. I'm working with the Alzheimer's unit as well, the locked unit. I have, at that point in time, I was able to take my reflexology training, being extremely intuitive, where I could just feel where all of the reflexes were. I didn't really even have to study it too much. It's there it is, touch, feel, little tiny dot under the surface. It's like, there it is, there it is. And then having the honor of working with people that were in the process of transitioning, their last days and being able to sit and talk and feel all the people in the room that were with them while they were getting ready to make their journey and being able to learn, I guess not learn, to experience the feel of their family members that we didn't see coming into the room. And then the angelic presence, the difference in the vibrational frequency, and being able to know that, wow, they were here and validate that when they started talking about these people in the room, it's like, yes, and so was here. I'd be able to say, yeah, mom is here. And so that was really a neat way. It's been my whole life. I didn't realize it was my whole life since I was young. I would have people in the process of transitioning and that I didn't even know were a family member that was transitioning, and they would come, and one of them was a grandparent, and I didn't know my father and siblings were on their way to the East Coast to be there in time. And all of a sudden I had somebody at the end of my bed and we're talking fingertip to fingertip, and it's tell them I'm okay. And I'm like, tell who? I'm doing a meditation right now. Why are you here? And then to get the call in the morning that they had passed away, I said, I know. And they were like, well, your dad didn't make it. I said, I'm supposed to tell him it's okay. It's okay that you. So it's just been a journey. And then going from that to having people come even before they transitioned, which was absolutely a gift for the people that I've been able to work with, letting them know they would come into my workspace here while someone was on my reflexology table. And then having that conversation allowed them and their family members to know that everybody was going to be there. It was a great party that was about to happen, and they were just waiting for the guest of honor. And to take the stigma around the whole process of passing away and transitioning and thinking that they go alone. They never go alone. There's so much rich and vitality that we just don't get to see. We get to feel if we tune in and tap in. So that just led to even more and more and more happening. And then I think I was watching like an Athena in Truth or something on YouTube. And then all of a sudden your name came up and it's like, oh, I need to meet this person. I need to be able to chat with this person. Maybe, Peter can help me go even a little bit further into what it is. And then I decided 2 years ago to leave the corporate world. I went from healthcare to corporate for 13 years, went, I am not living my purpose. And I sent the resignation email and said, hold on, here we go. And I was able to reach you, and it just seems more and more and more. And to be in and of service to people is where I'm supposed to be. So how can I do that better? How can I do that more?
Yeah, once you're on that path, your own personal spiritual development based on your soul agreement before you incarnated into this
Hmm.
life. It's that's a very uplifting message, Tracy. The idea of being on that path and then transitioning at the end of a particular lifetime. I've heard it said that it's easier to die than it is to be born. Well, yeah, it depends how you die, but if, I guess the instances that you're citing, being in a room and with people around who care, and then all of these spiritual people come in and
Yeah.
assist the passing. Yeah, it's wonderful. Well, I guess you've had many instances along this path where you maybe discover a new skill or some new ability. But recently, as you and I had met, you became a channeler. You're probably channeling before then, but anyway, how has channeling affected your life?
Well, it's been both uplifting and positive from my perspective. I have other people, as I'm sure you've met, that they go, "Oh, my family is like, no, 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 no. I don't understand what you're doing. I don't want to know what you're doing." So there's been those aspects of people that are like, "What? What? We actually can maybe receive some higher level guidance. That's wonderful." And then the others that are like, I don't want to know what you're doing. I don't want to know who you're talking to. You just stay you and be you. But there gets to be a point where you can't not be who you were born to be.
Yeah,
And when you're born to be, then all the ones that are supposed to be with you, if they choose to love you and have you at a distance because that's their comfort level, that's okay. And the ones that really want to be a part of that and have their soul learning and their growth integrated with yours because you can assist them on their journey. Can't do it for them, but you can assist them on the journey. Then you'll find that more and more and more and more people come into your awareness. And it's learning how to be that fine line of it's okay for these members of my family to love me at a distance because that's their level of comfort. That's where they are on their journey. And
yeah,
try not to get wrapped up in the ego and the hurt and how, well, if you don't want me for this, then how can you call on me for this and think that I'm going to run? It's
yeah,
it's a very line to learn how to cross over.
yeah. And at one point, we were all in that position of fear,
Yeah.
and yeah, just work of the devil sort of thing. Yeah, and or I guess it's interesting when you encounter new people and they sort of say, "Well, what do you do?" I'm a hypnotherapist, so I just often leave it at that and see what happens.
And I can go, I'm a reflexologist, and they go, oh, I get that. And then, we just throw a little bit more in while they're here.
Yeah, you're kind of you got your antenna up and you're looking for little clues that maybe they want to hear more.
Yeah. And there's definitely, when they don't.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Well, Tracy, when I met you, you were channeling a Greek god, but now you tell me you've been channeling quite a number of others, and there's really I guess, a collective of various beings, and you often refer to them as the team.
I call them the team because I don't know what else to call them. I figure they're my team. And when I need help and information, I call them the team.
Sure. Well,
Yeah.
you bring them in for us now, and I'll have a chat with them.
Okay. Well, let me just see what we can do.
Sure.
Give me half a second here. We are here, 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 we are here. We cannot say how happy we are to be here at this place, at this time, in the day of the present moment. Yes, 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 we know that you were taking a little bit of a moment before you met with this Mr. Peter Dennis. We know that you were taking a little bit of time going, oh my gosh, what have I just signed up for? What have I just signed up for? Oh no, maybe I can, maybe I can't, maybe I can, maybe I can't. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. We know that you can because we are chatting with you right now. We know that you can. We know that you can. It is getting out of your own way. We have told you multiple times, and this goes for anyone who is listening, that getting out of your own way is the vehicle to moving forward in this day of your time, in this lifetime cycle that you are having. It is learning how to be with the ease and the flow and to get out of the way. You will find that your life will be on an incredible trajectory path if you just learn how to do that one thing, sidestep, to get out of your own way. So then zoom, 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 zoom. You can go, 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 and learn how to tune in, tap in, and connect with all that is. When it comes time to say, I don't know what to do, I don't know what step to take, get out of your own way and ask us. We do have a little bit of a perspective over everything that is going on within your reality. We can never step in unless you ask, but we do have a little bit of a perspective that maybe can assist you when you get to that fork in the road. Do I go left? Do I go right? Or do I just stay maybe walking that center path that has not even been trudged or created yet? Does that make sense for you, Peter?
Well, yes, it does. And I want to say first, thank you very much for being here. It seems like you're happy to be here, and Tracey and I are happy to have you here. You bring up the topic of get out of your way. Now, that's not an easy thing for humans to do. I've worked with a lot of channelers, and they all wrestle with that. So, what tips do you have or steps that humans can take to get out of their own way?
Oh, to get out of their own way. That is such a big, big, big topic. Not for us per se, but for you, as you described, the human, to get out of their own way. The first part that we would always suggest is, number one, identify what is it that you would like to do? What is it that you would like to see? What is it that you would like to be? And once you were able to get, maybe we should say, a flavor for, or the semblance of what it is that you would like to do, to set a little bit of an intention within your reality concept, then maybe you take a look at that and you say, what is stopping me? What is stopping me? How do I get out of my own way? As you say, you go, what is the first roadblock? And when you take a moment to examine that there are no real roadblocks, everything is a learning and everything is something that you can learn. But when you say, I can't do this, I can't do that, I don't know enough, you go, what really is the underlying belief system in that? We would say, if you take a look, you could probably take a look way, 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 way back into, and we hate to say this, we know it is such a cliche, but take a wee look at the parentage that has happened. What belief system was ingrained in you that said, be careful, don't step here, don't step there, hold on tight, don't jump off that. Anything that was different, that you were ready and willing to try, that brought up a fear-based belief system. Oh goodness, the parents, they were so wonderful in doing what they felt was to keep you safe and away from anything new and different that might bring you harm. But what they did not really realize is that they were injecting a belief system of fear that said, if you take that next step, it might be fearful. And once you can identify that it is a fear-based system that is keeping you, maybe we should say landlocked before you take that next step, we suggest that that be your first starting off point. What possibly do I have to be fearful about if I take this step? If I go that direction, what is it that could make me be afraid? Nothing. There is nothing that would actually keep you held in that fear pattern if you were willing to step out of that box and say, what do I have to lose? In reality, you have nothing to lose. You came to this world with nothing other than the construct of all that you are that said everything is possible. The experiences, the possibilities are endless in this lifetime. So we would say, what is it that you really have to lose by getting out of your own way? Nothing. Examine the fear. Examine the fear. And when you feel that fear, acknowledge, I hear you. I know you, but it is okay. We will keep ourselves safe on this journey, and we will experience all of this wondrousness together, step by step by step by step. That is the starting off point. Does that make sense?
It makes sense, and it's very helpful.
Yes.
I'm sure I can convey that to quite a number of people, and certainly this video will get some distribution. I hope so. Thank you very much for that.
You are
Now,
welcome. It
usually,
sounds so big. It sounds so big and big and big, but it really, remember, it's just one toe forward. Then all the other toes follow. And then the whole foot lands. And then it becomes a step by step by step. It does not have to be a leap and a jump.
yeah,
Yes.
identify the fears. Well, first of all, start with what you want, then identify the fears,
Yes.
deal with them, consider what you might have to lose, and realize it's really nothing. Take a small step, and you're on your way.
And then you just put the seatbelt on because the ride goes faster and faster and faster and faster. It's just like the ride at the CNE that says, do you want to go faster now? And you get to make that choice and that decision. Yes.
Um, Yeah, well, thank you very much for that. Now, normally in these interviews, I ask the beings who are being channeled just who they are. Would you shed a little light on that, please? Just tell us. I understand that you are a collective. There's beings of various backgrounds with you. Just explain who you are, please.
We are a collective, and we have chosen to come through as this collective. We like to say that we don't identify with one name. Well, we will say we don't always identify with one name. We do have the odd one that does come through and presents themselves with the identification. But we do know that if you get all wrapped up in this one needs to come through and this one needs to come through, and you limit yourself to the perspective of just that one, what an experience you may be missing out on. There are so many other different perspectives that can come through. So we have chosen to come through as a collective consciousness that, yes, we are all standing there. We are all on that team saying, you can do it. You can do it. We have all the information. We will answer your questions as a group to the best that we can, because if we allow, we are so sorry about this, Tracey, but if we allow you to get caught up in a name, you will fixate on that name instead of all the wondrous information that come through. So we have chosen to stay, we would like to say, somewhat anonymous, so that this one here does not become wrapped up in, I am speaking with this person, I am speaking with that person. And if we say we are the team, well, what a better way to go through life and have the wondrous a magnitude of information that comes through and learn how to live and grow as a team. So that is why we choose to come through. Sometimes we have Mother Mary that she will step in a little bit when somebody is in need of that beautiful mothering aspect, the part that says, I am. One moment, please. One moment, please. One moment, please. I am the mother of all mothers.
Hmm.
I am the mother to you. I am the mother to this one. I was not going to stay in the background as just part of this team today. It is extremely important that I allow my voice to come through as the mother of all mothers, and to allow everyone the benefit of knowing that you are never alone. I am always with each and every one of you. When you face things within your time, within your reality, your present moment of now that feels overwhelming, search for me within your heart and you will find that I am there. I am holding you. I am loving you. I am comforting you. When you cannot find it within yourself to do that, please know that I, the mother of all, am here with you and will always hold you, always watch over you, and always do my best to allow you to make your steps, to take your walk, and to know that you are never alone. And with that, we will take our leave.
Well,
One
thank
moment,
you.
please.
Thank you very much, Mother Mary. Your main message has always been peace, I think, among other messages. But yeah, wonderful.
Well, wasn't that a wee bit of fun? We tried to tell her that she had to keep her toes. Try that again. We had to tell her that she had to keep her place in line, but nope, 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 nope. She wasn't. She was like, no, that is not happening. I know you wanted to keep me as a part of the collective, but no. I think that she felt that it was needed, that there might be somebody out there that needed to hear those words, that they were never alone, and that she was with them, and that she would hold them in the highest regard, the safest of cocoons, for sure, for sure, for sure. And again, we don't always know what this box of Cracker Jacks is going to bring, because there is a prize in every box. Do you agree?
I do agree. And the image of Mother Mary kind of elbowing her way through the crowd to grab the microphone somehow seems to be a bit of a disconnect. But I think I get what you're saying. And that was a very comforting message. And I think we have to learn more about how to expand our hearts so as to get in touch with beings like Mother Mary and yourselves and many others.
Yes, yes.
Um, you've explained a little about who you are, and I'm wondering specifically why you're here. Why are you doing this?
We are here for the main purpose of helping not only this one, but many others to be in and of service to their brothers and sisters of humanity. For humanity is in need of, we would say, that big brother, that big sister, that the ones that will help them along the way, to say that we are here to bring in all of these wonderful messages. That is not always what we are about, but we do want to let this one know, and anyone who is choosing to maybe interact with you, Peter, or this recording that is being done, that our main purpose is to help people teach themselves to be in and of service to their fellow man, to not only their man, but to the animal kingdom, to the earth itself, but to be in and of service, and to know that it is not all about the biggest picture that is there, but it may be that act of service could be the smallest thing in your reality that you think that you are doing the smallest thing, and how can I make a difference? But in somebody else's world, you cannot even begin to imagine the magnitude of the difference that you may have made. Our goal is to help this one and others to be able to step into that power that says, I have all of these other tools in the toolbox that we can draw upon to be the best versions of ourselves, to be in and of service to others. And in that learning of being in and of service, you are adding to the collective, to the whole. You are upraising the vibrational frequency. Could you do that on your own? Well, we do believe that you could. It may take a little bit longer. It may take a whole other timeline. But for us to step in at this point in time and say, wow, what a difference we can make if we just give this one here a little nudge so she can actually help get on that in and of service bandwagon. Not that she wasn't before, but that is our purpose, to say it is bigger than she could even begin to imagine. And yes, for all of those out there as well, it is bigger than they could imagine. And if we could help just one person recognize that potential, could you imagine the wondrousness that they can add the higher vibrational frequencies to the collective? And as they help raise that, wow, what a, we will use that funny word, nirvana, would the world, the earth, the people be able to enjoy. That is our main purpose, to uplift, to be in and of service. And how many people can we teach that this is doable for them? Does that make sense for you?
Oh, it certainly does. And it's very clear the way you state it. It's always, or I should say, for a long time, it's occurred to me that humans are probably at some level wired to be of service. But many of us get bogged down in life or other things that distract us from it. And what you're really doing for many of us, I think, is reawakening that innate kind of drive that we have to be of service. Am I onto something here?
You absolutely are. Everyone, each and every one of you that has chosen to incarnate, we will say, whether it be past, present, future, all going on at the same time, whatever works for you terminology wise, each and every one of you as a creation, as an offshoot of the creative source, the all that is. And again, whatever verbiage works for you, whether you want to use creator, source, God, Allah, Muhammad, whatever, it is all words. It is all the same creative source. You all are part of that whole. And to come here and to be in and of service is, yes, the hardwiring of all that we are. But do not forget that you were given the grace of being able to be a free will being. That means that you could choose to, right from the beginning of your timeline, be in and of service, even if it is just to an animal, to make sure that it has food and water, that's in and of service to a kingdom itself. And to be that free will victim that says, I maybe need to do a lot of things for me that might appear very selfish on this journey. And when you reach that midpoint of your journey and it says, oh, I get it, serving just myself feels at this point in time for me a shallow endeavor, and I know that there is more. And all of a sudden you get that realization, the reality of why you came here to begin with. And then there are others that may choose to go this entire lifetime we don't want to put a negative connotation on this, but they may choose to be, let's say it, in and of service to themselves for this entire lifetime. Not that that is, we don't want to use the judgmental word, so do not take it judgmental, but not that it is wrong and they shouldn't be in and of service to themselves, but perhaps, just perhaps, they just finished an incarnation, another lifetime, another point in reality where they were in so much service to others, to the collective, to the animal kingdom, to the earth, that at this time they needed to be in and of service to themselves, to grow, to have the experience, to add to their soul growth at that point in time. We may choose as beings to judge them as saying that they are selfish, that they are this, that they are that. But in reality, maybe the perspective is that they just needed to have those one-on-one personal experiences for their own growth. And the ones that do it from the beginning of their inception here are the ones that maybe in another point in time had that perspective where they were all about in and of service to themselves. And this time around, they're exploring the opposite side of that coin. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's a very sobering perspective, really, that, we are pretty quick to judge those who are pretty much in service to themselves. The other thing that's interesting to me is when we engage in service to others, we seem to get some feedback in the form of just feeling good. And I don't understand what's operating here, but it's, really.
It is a wonderful heart coherence of connecting with the all that is. When the heart of you is able to touch the, even if it's not what way can we possibly say this? Even if it is not to touch the individual heart of that person where they know that you are serving them, but to touch the etheric heart of that person, and your heart touches the heart coherence of you, interacts with the heart coherence of the other. Wow, that goes back to the collective of all that is, the the magnificence of the source that is nothing but pure love. So the heart coherence of you touching the heart coherence of another is an offshoot of the heart, the love, the coherence of what the Creator has for each and every one of us. Yes, that is that feel-good feeling. You are touching. You are connecting with that part of the divine. Yes, and we know that that always is that yummy, delicious, feel-good feeling that we all aspire to have, because who wants to not feel that way? Does that work for you? Does that answer your question, Peter?
Really, yes, very much so. And I thank you for that. I believe our audience is going to really enjoy this and easily understand it because you've explained it very clearly. I do have my eye on the clock, and unfortunately, we're going to have to cut this short. I would love to carry this on for a long time. But do you have any final word, maybe for the audience to sort of wrap things up here?
Yes, we do. One moment, please. One moment, please. One moment, please. We are the Divine Council. It is our turn to speak now. We are coming through with this direct message for you, Peter, for this one here, and for all that choose to listen. We want you to know that we hold you in the highest regard, the highest esteem. You are that spark of the divine, the offshoot of consciousness itself, as are we, the council. We are you. We know you. We love you. You are loved more deeply than you could even possibly begin to imagine. There are not enough stars in the sky to even begin to know how deeply loved, revered, honored, and pedestaled you are for the journey that you have chosen to undertake at this time. We know you, we are you, and we love you. And with that, we are, as the collective council, we are complete. One moment, please.
Thank you for that message. Very humbling. Thank you.
Well, wasn't that a wee bit of fun? Another one decided that it was their turn to step up. You know, we cannot always tell them that, no, you can't, no, you can't, no, you can't. And as you said, yes, sometimes they do muscle their way in just a little bit, and that is okay, because isn't it, again, always a wondrous surprise to see what is in that box of Cracker Jacks? Yes? Yes.
It's perfectly appropriate. And certainly that latter message was very humbling and much appreciated.
And
Gee,
with that,
yeah,
we do know, we did hear that you are on the clock, shall we say, that you are on the clock. But remember, there is nothing else but now. You are on the now clock. We get that. So we will bid our adieu. We will bid our goodbye. And we will say, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for this wondrous opportunity. And namaste, namaste, namaste.
well, thank you very much. And namaste back to you, which I understand means I see the God in you as you do in me. Thank you. Tracey?
We are complete.
Yes. Well, Tracey, you come on back in your own time. Take your time. Don't rush.
Just take me a second to get my eyes open. You are more than welcome to talk. You want to talk, it'll just take me a second to unglue.
Well, I'm sure the energy in your room just went spiked. Yeah. How do you feel after that?
I always feel good. I'm a little twitchy. My eyes are a little bit twitchy, but I'm always good. My hands are a little bit, they're very tight. They clasp and they clasp, which helps control the rock a little bit, because they're just, woof, when they're here, they're here. And they're just, they feel great. They feel great. I know that everything that they say leaves me with just a huge, incredible bubble. So it has to be wonderful. Yeah.
Are you aware of everything they say, or do you kind of tune out?
I get the feel, or the odd word. I get that feel, and I see the box of Cracker Jacks. I see the red and white stripe in the Cracker Jack box. So I always get the feel of the Cracker Jacks or the game of Yahtzee. What are we going to get today? And I do get the recall of an odd word here and there. I don't really have one right now other than Cracker Jacks. Cracker Jacks.
Well, there are many channelers who just don't have any recall of what went on, and they're termed trance channelers. And then at the other end of the extreme or the spectrum, you might say, there are the fully conscious channelers. Most
I,
channelers are
I
somewhere in
feel
the
when
middle.
they change. I feel when it goes from this and it goes quiet and then it's there again. So I feel that, oof, that little bit of a down and up. I feel that within my system because I can feel it get quiet and then it happens again.
Mhm. Good. Well, Tracey, we need to wrap up, but if people want to get in touch with you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can easily go to my website. I do have a contact page. So it's the Monarch Wellness and Yoga Services.com. So the www.monarchwellnessservices.com. Yeah.
Good. And there's a link to that on my website, I believe.
Yes.
And if not, I'll put one there very quickly. And I'll put that as well at the end of this video on a separate screen so people can see it.
And I
And
do have another email if you want it. It's tracejohnson@rogers.com. It's TraceJohnson@rogers.com.
good. Okay. We'll capture that. Tracey, thank you very much. This has been a pleasure. And certainly, again, my learning curve is continuing to be very steep.
Good. I'm so glad that you
Yeah,
get to have so much fun all the time with people that you chat with.
I do.
Good.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And be
Welcome.
in touch. And to the audience tuning in, thank you.